Hi, this is Damien Marie AtHope, and I am an axiological atheist, which is roughly a value theory or a value science atheist. And today I'm going to talk about analytical atheism. Analytical atheism comes to disbelief because of deliberate analytical thinking on the God concept. Psychologists believe that the humans process information in two main ways. Some people process more intuitively and automatically, while others are more analytic and deliberate. And studies have been shown that religious and supernatural beliefs are associated mostly with intuition. And deliberate analytical thinking is less likely to hold supernatural beliefs or religious beliefs. Analytical thinking in general can promote then atheism. And certainly deliberate analytical thinking can cause people to believe less in God or have more disbelief. According to a new study, the researchers who found that religious belief arises from gut feelings. They were quick to say that their study was not a referendum on the value of religion, but I don't think religion has a lot of intrinsic value compared to its extrinsic expressed disvalue. But let's go on. Both analytical thinking and intuitive processes that seem to promote religious beliefs are important, said the study researcher. Both are useful tools. In other words, he's saying intuition is important and deliberate thinking is important. But obviously, when you want to know reality, intuition may not be the best way to go. So, let's see. Even though they're both useful, we have to understand that ultimately these studies are looking at the cognitive factors that might influence belief or disbelief. But they don't have anything to say about the inherent rationality or worth of religion. And I really think that analytical atheism is one that actually does. It actually looks at and analyzes and breaks apart into segments and tests the validity of each thing. Psychologists have found that people process information, and this intuitive system is not always a logical system. Intuitive systems, though, use shortcuts like gut feelings. And other studies have shown the gut feelings that people have are, as a general way of thinking, are more tending to believe in God than analytical type thinkers. So this is important to understand about the testing of things, and this is what analytical does. It basically tests the claims and analyzes them. And this is also different from an intuitive thinker that basically is not so much analyzing, but just feeling or sensing or believing. Which to me a lot of believers basically do. They just think they feel, so a lot of them are forming the belief probably through child indoctrination, but a lot of the ways that they sustain belief is intuition. It's not generally heavy on their analytic side of thinking. For example, one question you could ask is if it takes mechanisms and then you calculate it, you have to see that people are generally going to want to go with their gut, especially when we feel like we have to give quick answers. But think people have to understand the God concept is not a quick answer. You have your whole life to be, skeptical of it, doubting of it, rationally, challenging it. There's no reason to go with a gut answer. Gut answers to me are not an invalid thing, but it's more like an immediacy. It's something when we have to make quick judgments. Then a gut answer may be better than a long-term thinking if we have to do a quick response. But analytical thinking is vital for things that we are actually going to, have for long-term. And some people, have God beliefs their whole life. So this is no reason to have something running off of your gut instinct. And this is really important to me. So people that follow an analytical answer are going to be less religious because religion doesn't have the evidence, the justification, the warrant to support what an analytical thinker would need. And thus, an analytical thinker is generally going to be an atheist thinker. And one of the famous founders of analytical thinking tradition was Bernard Russell, who was also a famous atheist and analytical philosopher. And he said once, "My views on religion remain those that I acquired at the age of 16. I consider all forms of religion to not only be false, but harmful." And this is in my published works, recorded interviews for Bernard Russell, a letter to the Humanist, October 1968. And that's it. Analytical atheism.